Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Wicked Blades here. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a great day. It's Tuesday. It's a good day out here right now. I'm exhausted, guys. I really am. Yesterday was a long day. A lot of doctor's appointments, a lot of running around. Having to submit a lot of paperwork for the wife. Anyways, let's do this two for Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing great. I really do. We're gonna go over two knives that I picked up at the antique store from the video on Sunday, I believe. I believe it was Sunday. Um, First one is this little mini trapper by Imperial. Come on, catch it. And I have not cleaned these up yet. They do need to be cleaned up. I mean, they're not horrible or anything. These were actually great little finds. Um, they were in the big shelf that had a green paper on it that had I believe it said it was like one knife for $10, and if you bought two was 18, and three was 25, I believe. But I got told that it was and it ended up being three for 20. If you bought three, you got them for 20. So, I had to dig through there and find the ones that I wanted to take that moment. Because for $20, man, you can't beat that. Three knives for $20, you know? Um, and it was kind of right in my ballpark because $20 was exactly what we had left after getting my wife. We found exactly what she needed. She wanted an old school solid metal step stool, to assist her getting into bed because she's gonna have hip surgery here actually pretty soon. Um, you know what? Actually, I should get into that right now. I guess it's gonna be an update for the channel as well because here in the next couple of weeks, we're hoping it'll be pretty soon. That's why yesterday we had to run around and get all of her medical clearances turned into each doctor that she sees, that needs to medically clear her for surgery. And so we're hoping here in the next couple of weeks we'll have an official date for her full hip replacement surgery. And once we get that date and she has that surgery, my content's not gonna change content wise. I might start producing less because, well, for those of you who don't know, since my grandson's been born and my daughter's gone back to work and now she's signed up for school to complete her vet training because she's going to become a veterinarian, to so that way she had initially started college when she got out of high school and she was going to become a veterinarian. School burnt her out, so she kind of halted school. She put it on the back burner for a minute, and now that she's a mother and made us grandparents, which we are truly happy for, she realized, just working out as a retail salesperson, that income's not cutting it. So she decided to return to school to finish it off and become a veterinarian like she always dreamed of. And then her boyfriend or fiance, I'm not sure what they really are at the moment, but the father of my grandson, which they are together. They are together. Don't get me wrong. I don't officially know like what their title of their relationship is. once she completes schooling to be a vet, he's going to go into the police academy. And so that way he can have a better income as well. So, with that being said, because childcare is ridiculous, childcare is ridiculously priced. I could not believe it when my daughter brought it up, and then she had to show me. We looked it up and everything. That stuff is crazy. The amount of money a babysitter makes, man. Maybe since my broke down butt is just sitting at home, maybe I should start childcare. Um, some of them are pulling in 80 to 100 grand a year. That's for babysitting. That's insane. Anyways, I stepped up since I'm a stay at home wife. I stepped up and became baby's babysitter, and so me and little man get to play around Monday through Thursday, and my daughter goes to school and is gone down to part time work while she's in school, and so I have to kind of produce videos on the weekends for the entire week, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. I just plot it out during the week while I'm playing with little man, and I produce my videos. I make my videos, and then sometimes I wait until he's gone home with mom or dad, whichever one picks him up. And then I'll do a sporadic, in the moment, instant video, like the one I did with thanking JC. That one was spur of the moment. Just I hopped out here on the porch and did it. But most of my videos, I do kind of try to plan them out. You know. With that being said, being that I'm Mr. Babysitter, and then with my wife's surgery coming up, my content may slow down because I'm going to be helping my wife recuperate and do therapy, so she could get back at it. So I don't know how my schedule is going to roll because I'm going to be babysitting the little man and babysitting the wife to ensure that she's good health wise and physical. So I just wanted to let you guys know that my videos may slow down or shorten up or what have you, and hopefully everything goes well for my wife. I truly hope so because she's been in a lot of excruciating pain, and so I hope that extracts the pain, and then that she could walk without her walker. That's our hopes, because I know she's not having fun. With my aches and pains, I know what she's going through. Anyways, we had a good time going through the antique store together. We found what we were looking for. We found a nice old school solid metal step stool for her to be able to get that, just a couple of inches higher to get into the bed, to assist her. So we found that. And then I had, $20 to play with, which worked out, and I got to pick out 3 of the knives out of that case. And these guys are like perfect. They're in perfect condition. I just need to wipe them down, clean them up from the stickers. Man, the amount of stickers they put on these little guys is insane. But anyways, here you have it. The main blade says Imperial Schrade. On the Ricasso, it's stamped Imperial. If you can see there. I do like their escutcheon tabs. Their badging. For those of you who don't know, that is an escutcheon. And then you have the model number back here with your nice clip point and spade blade on this little mini trapper. I did some research. I pulled up the model number, and it has 3CR13 MOV for the blade steel. Closed is 2.8 inches. Overall is 5 inches. Weight is 1.4 ounces. Country of origin is China. What's it say? Main blade is 2.2 inches. The handle is pink Zytel. Okay, you got pink Zytel, is what they're calling that one. I don't think I would have named that pink, but they had the exact photo of this guy, and these are all the specs on this one. I just truly wouldn't call that pink. Maybe I'm colorblind as well. Says it was made between 90 and 2000. So we either have 25-year-old or a 35-year-old knife, which is really nice. Because we like our classics. And then they had a valuating between $8 and $20. So I guess these aren't like highly collectible, but it's a slip joint. It's in my collection. It's another Imperial, which is nice. I like my Imperials. I like everything, honestly. I like everything. I feel like it's a great little tiny trapper. So that's that one. That's the first one. I will get them cleaned up, get all the stickiness off, and polish them up. And of course, we'll review that once I've got that done. And then here, take my little sticky note off. We have another Imperial. This one is their medium trapper, it says. Blades need some oiling. Once again, we have on the blade, it's etched Imperial Schrade on that nice clip point. You got on the Ricasso is stamped Imperial, and then you have your spade blade. Nice nail nicks that you get a hold of really nicely. And then you have your model number. This one's actually dirtier than the little guy, so this one has been carried, definitely carried. There's pocket lint down in there. There's some pocket lint and a little bit of rust. Not bad. It's a nice looking knife. It really is. There's your pile side. I like the covers on it. Looks really nice. These are basically what I've always carried, are the synthetics and bone. When I first started carrying knives, I loved... No, it wasn't bone. I carried wood. Wood was the first scale coverings that I always carried, and then I started getting into more colorful things, which turned into the synthetics. And as of lately with my collecting, I have really, really been loving a lot of the different bones and stags that they've had, Those are what I want to add into my collection. But I still pick up my synthetics. Okay, this one they call their medium trapper. It is 3CR13 MOV stainless steel. This one said that it was stainless. I'm going to assume the little trapper is also stainless, because it's basically the same thing, just tinier. This one they say is their red and brown swirl celluloid handle with nickel silver bolsters and brass pins. Okay, so it's got brass pins in the covers, but a stainless steel going through the back springs. Let's see. Overall length is 6.2 inches. Handle is 3.5. Blade is 2.7. And this is a 3 ounce. And I guess this one was a little bit more collectible than the tiny one because this one had a specific price of $35 online. And I guess I'm going to assume that with this one being cleaned up, when I clean it up, because you can see all that junk on there. And all it is it's sticky crap. And then, like I said, there's some pocket lint on the inside. And then a small, yeah, that's something stuck on there. Looks like it might be rust starting to cave in that part. Okay, there's some rust down in the channels, and then a lot of pocket lint. But I would say this one is in fairly good shape, slightly minty, just like the little dude. So I guess this would fetch the 35. So that right there, this one already, if I was to sell or anything, that would cover the 20 that I got, and I got 3 knives out of it. So that's my 2 for Tuesday. Is 2 more trappers added to the collection. It's funny because trappers seem to be the biggest pattern that I come across. The largest pattern that I come across. There's a abundant amount of trappers. And then when I finally find a different pattern and I'm like, oh man, I need that, I want to jump on that. It's ridiculously priced, so I guess I'll just build up my trapper collection. Anyways, guys, that's my 2 for Tuesday. 2 great Imperials. Yeah, they're salty, but it doesn't bother me. A knife's a knife. It cuts, it pokes. It does its job. And it's a slip joint, so how can you go wrong? It's an OG slip joint. Those are 2 beautiful Imperial trappers. And that's what we're going to roll with today. That's my 2 for Tuesday. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Know that you are loved. I love you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. You guys have a wonderful day out there, alright? This is Wicked Blades. I'm out. Peace.